everybody, welcome back to my little channel. As you might have guessed by the title of this video, we've moved to Denmark. And that's why I've been a bit slack making videos lately, so that's what this is all about. Bit of a quick catch up to let you know what we've been up to and all about our move, a little bit about getting to know about life in Denmark. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy the update. As the title states, my family and I have moved from Germany to Denmark. So what was the grand idea that drove us to this new chapter in our lives? I'm not exactly 100% sure why. I mean, when you consider that we had to give up our extravagant one-bedroom apartment in Schonefeld, quit my dream job welding up rusty Volvos in an old Soviet military base, and cart all our belongings to another country just to start over again. Yes, we could have moved to a bigger house in Germany. Possibly I could have changed career there too. But we've done the German thing now, and after a couple of short visits to Denmark, we thought, why the bloody hell not? And here we are. I mean, the locals here are great. Not at all how you would expect Vikings to be.
More wine, more women, more table.
And we find the country beautiful too. And not to mention the weather. I'm not saying that German people aren't great. And Germany is definitely beautiful. We loved our time in Germany. It's just that it's more chilled here. We also now have a cheaper, larger house and garden in a small, friendly village close to reasonably paid employment, and life is great. Once, that is, you get used to the higher income tax rate. But that's for another video. You know, some people ask, why do we move to Denmark from Berlin? Well, we just wanted to be in the country where it's peace and quiet, you know, a bit of serenity. But mainly just for the peace and the quiet. It's just so peaceful here. And in our case at least, along with the peace and serenity of the country lifestyle, came the extra chores of yard work and renovating an old house that belongs to somebody else at our expense. About how you blow all your time and money on somebody else's house. The privilege of living in Denmark. Haven't learnt much about the Danish culture yet, but I've learnt that in about 1972 carpet stapling was an Olympic sport. Obviously staples were free. I think the people have seen enough. And of course, once you can get away from doing a few homely chores, you can always enjoy the fantastic Danish hospitality and landscape. It's like a Hitchcock film. Just arrived in Denmark and we've been spending a lot of time settling in, so we haven't travelled much yet. But we live on the west coast of Denmark, and my colleagues assure me that the east coast is nowhere near as good and the people are nowhere near as nice. I'll just have to take their word for that for now. Now let me give you just a brief overview of how we moved all our crap from Berlin to Denmark. Went a little bit like this. Okay, so the first thing we did was we rented a big Euro transporter. And remember, when you've got a European car, keep the toolbox close at hand. You never know when you're going to need it. What do you think under there, Joey? Is it good to go?
It's new.
It's a new car.
Let's drive.
That's why we should look.
Looking good. Just 10,000 kilometers.
10,000 kilometres and we're already low on coolant. Like I say, don't forget the toolbox. And then, of course, it was time to hit the Autobahn and head north. These Euro transporters get along pretty well. They certainly keep up with the traffic and some. And there's nothing like the German Autobahn for efficiency. All that trouble-free motoring. Just go and go and go. Nothing to worry about. So drop that stuff off in a friend's garage in Denmark, then head back at night. The Autobahn flows a bit better at night time, it seems. Then once back in Berlin, it was time to pack up my man cave I shared with some friends, put the last of my tools in the Lupo. Did a final clean up, and a last look around the workshop. I nearly forgot my camera. Then it was time to pack the last of the stuff from the apartment into the trailer. As you can see, a bit of renovation going on here. My brother-in-law Joey's moving in when we move out. And it's time to hit the road. Again, head north. Of course, travelling with the kids, there's a couple of pit stops along the way. A bit more driving. Look at that, a bit crammed in there on the Lupo. Nice weather we had too. Of course, physically moving to Denmark wasn't the hardest part of the job. Due to the fantastic Danish work-life balance that they have here, which I really actually find fantastic, it was actually really hard to find a house to rent due to the fact that it was the summer holidays and all the landlords were on holidays and they didn't want to talk about their house until they got back from holiday, which happened to be the time I needed to start work. So we needed to find something pretty quick. And like I said, we wanted something in the country, so this is what we found. It's a nice basic 4-bed, 1-bath, solid, with original staircase, featuring 70s carpet and substantial balustrades, all in tip-top condition. If you think that's great, we really struck it lucky with original hardwood floorboards under the cheap carpet. Another original feature, I reckon. Of course, a good quality kitchen is very important. Nothing like fit and finish to set off your leaking plumbing and wet chipboard flooring. Last tenant was obviously a plumber come cabinet maker. But at least we have plenty of room to walk the cat. Here, Bella, get behind. And look, all jokes aside, you get what you pay for. This place was cheap. Okay, so that's a brief overview of finding a house. But in the meantime, while trying to find a house, what else was going on? And then the next thing, of course, was within 2 weeks of moving to Denmark, you need to import your vehicles legally. And of course, they need an inspection. And then you have to pay the tax, the import tax. Even though these vehicles were bought in the EU when they're new, you physically have to pay the Danish tax to import your cars, which is extremely high. Cars are expensive in Denmark due to the tax. It's about 180% of buying a car anywhere else. And of course, the vehicle import didn't go quite as planned. The Lupo breezed straight through actually. It passed the inspection straight away, but it was missing a piece of paper from 24 years ago when it was new. So that was an easy fix. That was just another 2 weeks and 300 euros. But the Toyota failed its brake test. On the brake test, the rear brakes apparently weren't up to scratch. And he didn't accept the excuse that it's just the wife's car. So he wanted that rectified before he would allow the import to go through. So that was another couple of weeks lost in running around with cars. So of course, before the car saga could get sorted out completely, I had to start work. And work is fantastic. My colleagues are absolutely amazing. The workplace is great. The work is good. They even let me into the office sometimes. I don't know why, but they gave me a computer and sometimes I have to do stuff there. And I spruced up the boss's office a bit with some painting, which went really well. And but now I think it's probably best I stay out of the office because that's not really my thing. But I get to go offshore a bit and fix machine onshore and stay in the machine shop a bit. So yeah, it's really good and I'm enjoying it. And on that note, I think I'm going to leave you there. It was just a quick update just to let you know why I haven't been posting and what's been going on with our life. So I hope you had a bit of a laugh and you enjoyed something, maybe even learnt something. Hopefully you don't listen to me too much, but anyway, if you like what you're seeing, if you could push the subscribe button and give us a like, that'd help me out maybe to get some more videos out and get them seen a bit more. Thanks a lot for that, guys. We'll catch you later, eh? Cheers. Alles good, Frank?
Alles gut.